All right, so it is the time of the year that we need to get the incubator ready. So I have a Hatching Time Incubator. I know a lot of people recommend the GQFs. I'd love to have one, but I couldn't afford it last year when I did it. This incubator was about half the price, and I was pleasantly surprised with how well it did. So this one has 4 trays. They've been converted to the goose turners. They look a little small, but surprisingly, the eggs fit just fine. I only had 2 eggs pop out last year. Everything by Hatching Time is pretty much made of plastic, so it is easily replaceable. They usually have their parts on hand. I've not had, well, I only had last year as my first time, and no issues at all with that. So each rack has different turners. They get plugged in. These are all the cables. So I still need to connect all my parts up here and my water tank. Just giving everything a quick wipe down. And checking to make sure that my different holes, it does have a front and back panel access. And then again, checking to make sure that my vents are all open. Okay, so I've spent the last couple minutes just kind of reassembling all the parts. So what we've got here is we've got the main water basin. It feeds down to this basin that has the hole into the tank. Not sure that I'm getting it there. But it feeds the humidity in so that once you plug it in, turn it on, set your humidity levels, it's just going to automatically take care of that. It's fantastic. I love it. This was a game changer for me last year. This side now has the plug for the turners. So then I just need to plug each one of these in as I use each rack, or when I remove the racks. Now, having said all of that, do I wish I had a GQF and more permanent metal parts? Sure, that would be fantastic. I do love this feature though, the fact that I can pull each tray individually. I know you can with the GQF, but I think you have to turn them all off. The fact that I can treat each one of these. I'm not sure why we have some commotion going on. To me, the biggest downfall of this whole system, and it's a very minor thing, is these trays, they slide out pretty easily, but see those little tabs? They do kind of cause the trays to kind of get stuck a little bit, especially when you're one-handed. Trying to get them back on the slide is a little more challenging. Typically, I'm not one-handed though, so I would say that that's probably the only issue that I've had with this system, is that if they could fix that to a solid tray or a solid rail, that would be fantastic. But anyway, I digress. So I haven't turned it in yet. I'm going to turn it on tonight. I do set up these 2 thermometers. So these are just kind of ones that you get pretty easily off Amazon. These are the Go V's. I think you can typically get like 4 of them for about $20. I just had to change the battery, so I use these to calibrate to make sure that they're rating about the same temperature, so that I can see what my room temperature is. And then I also have a set down at the bottom. And then last year I even had a set up in one of these turners, just to make sure that I had consistency. The Go V's are nice because they have an app, so you can set them up to send to your phone. So I do have a water tray down in here to help with the humidity. It's already got water in it. I just need to fill the basin, turn it on, and then we're going to go talk eggs. I did forget one more thing. So this tank is now filling up with water because I have filled that tank up there. And you want to use distilled water just to keep your system nice and clean. Okay, the system is now on. I haven't set any of my temperature settings or anything yet, because right now I just kind of want it to run and do its thing. But you can hear it's pretty quiet, which is also very nice compared to the tabletop incubators. right, so setting temperatures is super easy. T is for temperature, so you press and hold. And then it is currently set for 99.5, which is where I want it. And then I'm going to hit T again. And then same thing for H, humidity. Okay, and I have it set for 55, which is what I need for my environment. Everybody's environment is going to be different because we all have, different ambient temperatures and things like that. I'm in Arizona. 55 is a nice, good temperature to do we call it dry hatching, but it's good temperature for me. It may be different in your area. You're going to have to kind of play around and do that. We do have classes that refer to all the variables with humidity and how important it is. So now this is going to sit for a day, and I know from last year that it'll come up to temperature and humidity within probably 2 to 3 hours. It might be a little high in humidity. I may need to remove that tray or some of the water in the tray. But again, there is a class that we're going to have loaded here shortly on humidity and the impact. I know that the PowerPoint is out there, but maybe not the recorded video class. And it talks about how to change your humidity. That there's all kinds of variables for it when you add in the eggs, things like that. It all changes things. So we'll circle back on that, but that is a Hatching Time Incubator. If you can't afford a GQF, I do highly recommend these. They do also have a 2-tray version, so a little more budget friendly as well.